What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money. Come make a podcast episode with me. Now, in a lot of fashion podcasts, we already talked about making a podcast, for yourself. So go check out this episode. But I got a couple of clips on
habits, location, environment to develop your perfect customer and use the same, marketing strategies you buy from, to reach your customers and audience. Find and understand your niche. When you're developing a podcast, now that you're, you better understand your audience and, you've identified your niche, sub-niche. A sub-niche is a niche that is a very detailed part of the overall niche and serves a very specific audience. It's not necessarily say for like in fashion, we're in fashion, and then, you have like street fashion
now,
or streetwear, and then
you start to take the topics that we're going to use and use ChatGPT to give us talking points for each topic. You're also getting ready to see a young lady from TikTok show you the professional mic condenser unit that you can get for your podcast for an at-home setup. So take the time, stay tuned, and watch him on this.
And we're going to set this mug up on camera so you can see what all comes with it, because for $39 with free shipping, baby, this is crazy. So the first thing that we're going to start with is the mic holder, and I'm just going to go ahead and screw this onto the desk. We got a nice little like tripod situation going on. So I'm going to pop that into place, and then I'm just going to tighten it. Okay, now that we got that secure, we're going to go ahead and screw on the actual mic holder. Boom. Bow. We're going to go ahead and pop in the condenser mic. Now, this is a professional mic, baby. What? In a booth with it? Pop with it. Baby, I'm finna start making music. Shit. I think this is for like audio purposes, as far as like puh sounds. I don't really want to hook this part up, so we're gonna go ahead and leave that to the side. Now this setup does come with a couple different cords. First, we have the charger for the audio interface. This is just USB to USB-C, which is what the audio interface is. However, this does not have to be plugged up to anything to actually work. You can charge this up and then it's good to go. So as long as you have a charge on it, it's good to go. And then we have two aux to aux cords. It does come with some earphones, which I'm not going to use for today because I have my own headphones that I like to use. But if you don't have your own headphones, rest assured the kit comes with some. This is the cord for the actual condenser mic. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that into the back. Condenser mic 1 or 2. It doesn't really matter. Now, what they don't tell you is that if you want to stream from like your phone, live stream on TikTok, whatever the case may be, and you're using an older model iPhone that does not have a USB-C charging port, you are going to need an adapter cord. I do have this one linked on my page. A lot of people that have bought this exact setup use this exact adapter piece from the TikTok shop. It comes with the USB, the lightning cable, and the USB-C attachment. You get all in one, basically. Just check the top of my page. The video is pinned. So I'm going to be filming on my iPad, and I'm going to take the charging cord that came with the kit. I'm going to plug into the back. Then I'm going to take the USB portion and plug it into this little adapter.
Now that you know how to get the mic and the setup, you can see here I did the talking points, and what I typically like to do as well too is take some promo photos. And right before every podcast that I record, because I actually recorded 4 episodes here, I actually write down the talking points on a small whiteboard so that way I don't get distracted with rambling through, each topic instead of, having a clear, concise message with what I'm saying in each talking point and, throughout the whole podcast. It's very helpful to have things written down and visually there for you as you're doing your podcast, so that way you don't mess up, number one, and number two, you actually have a clear message in mind and everything is in a routine, scheduled, and on point. Sometimes it's a lot better to have things scripted than to just go off of improv. So when you make your podcast, make sure that you have everything together. Like I always say, it's best to have everything researched, put a solid plan together, and then execute. That's how you really win with whatever you do. So make sure you take the proper notes. The next thing as well too is, if you don't want to do an at-home type setup, find a dope ass venue. Now here on the right side, you can see this is where I typically go here in Philly, but also this is where I go to search out my venues for my photo shoots, podcast setups, and video shoots as well too. I even try to find pop-up locations on here from time to time, depending on what city I'm in, if they don't have a wide selection as far as like platforms to search them for. But Pure Space is a good space to look for venues at. Then like I said, I do my setup here, and then we record. I'll show you more of what we do in part 2. So keep visualizing, and this is how you make a podcast.